I'm in space. How's he going to breathe? You let me worry about that. I think there might be a bit of a slow, I don't know, maybe a bit of glitchiness, but we'll see how we go on. I'm on the LeoLabs website. You can have a look at all of the things that are, all of the debris that's around Earth. And they split it into payload, which is essentially your satellites and things that we use that we send up there. Bits and pieces of things that have broke off into space that we've sent up, like rockets. You start to see a theme. And debris, like space junk, and then things that we don't know what they are. So I'm going to click on a few bits and pieces and we can have a look. We can zoom in a bit. I'm not sure. These red things must be parts of old rockets and ships and things like that. Let's see if we can zoom in a bit. So it's insane the amount of things we have up in space. And you'll see it's all things like, I don't know what to be assigned things, Starlink and things like that. So like people can get the internet in places that are, you know, harder to get it. So a lot of these are basically routers of the sky. And I can't believe that big, all that big star-shaped thing is one piece of debris. Is it just kind of where debris is found in a different thing? Because there's tons of big red, but I think that's something else. Because if you zoom in, we go a bit closer in, we can click on that red bit of debris there, and then you can kind of work out what things are. It gives you a bit of info on the right hand side. And the green, I guess, is things that are doing stuff, so like satellites and things like that. Look at all these Starlinks. Starlink. Who do you pay to put a Starlink over someone's country? Or once it's in a certain orbit, is it just anybody's ball game? How does that work? Just try and work out what the big cloud things are. Whoa, look at all these things floating around. My word, what are we doing to our Earth? What's that say? Debris. How do we get things up in? How do we get rockets and people up into space without them smashing into all this shit? Oh my word. Oh, we're loading it again. I guess because it's live and there's a lot going on in it, it can be a little bit. It's quite a good one to access from your phone as well. I would recommend that. And get rid of the auto refresh and see if that just makes it a bit easier. Debris. Oh my word. So I just highlighted debris. Look at that. That is the amount of debris orbiting the Earth. Oh my word. Oh my God. Lots of Starlinks. That's Tesla dudes, isn't it? Thanks, mate. Wow. Oh yeah, and I guess that's how people can get like the internet on planes and stuff. I wonder if there's still all the satellites from the old days of satellite TV, if they brought them down, or do they bring them down? They just leave things up there. So many Starlinks. Well, honestly, if I'm just randomly clicking on things, I'm more likely to get a Starlink than anything else. Can I zoom in? So tilt the world around or move the world around a bit. Can I zoom? Ground view. Let's have a look. Ground view. Choose location. Can I do that? Oh, it's disabled. Pedigree. Country of origin. Oh, let's see that. That'd be interesting. Country of origin. Let's see how many things are from the USA. And then we'll see how many there, because you know, a lot of tech coming out of the USA. Add filter. Oh my word, nothing's changed, I don't think. Starlink. Yeah, so those are mainly out of the USA. As we look, spin around a bit over this area, not as many. But over here, on the other side, absolutely shed loads. Look at that. Covered. Delta debris. What's that? Dish debris. Pedigree. Debris. Period. How long it's been there. Country of origin. Country of origin. Okay, so I'll get rid of that filter and I'll just see if we can have a multicolored one that shows mainly where everything's from. So others is green. We zoom in a bit, we can see green, others, red, China, blue is the USA, the Vindler, whatever that is, a Vindler. Starlink, what color is Starlink? Starlink, good to see you. Considering who made it, does sound a bit like Stalin. And anyway, OneWeb. Kind of moving around. So that's, don't know where the OneWeb is from, but it's from somewhere. The red here, what have we got here? So that is from China, the Hulian Wang DigiGui 58. Right, I'm going to Google that. Oh no, it's gone. Too late. Some of them have not been assigned. What have we got here? OneWeb. I mean, they're all essentially for helping people. Nearly everything is either debris or things to do with helping people connect to the internet. But it would be interesting to know. Okay, so that one's called a Hawk C. What is a Hawk-C? It is cinema lenses, defense technology, or a satellite. Well, I think that will be a defense technology. So in the defense sector, Hawk C, oh my word, is an infrared detector produced by aerospace company Leonardo. It is used in military and surveillance equipment for high performance imaging. It's also the name of a specific amateur radio educational satellite launched into low Earth. So it could be Leonardo one Hawk C or a Hawk C satellite, which is one of them sounds a little bit more malevolent than the other. The other one's just amateur radio stuff, and the other one is for spying. We may have found a spy. Surely, if you were spying, you wouldn't call it that, or you would hide it away. Feng Yun 1C debris. Okay, let's have a look. What is Feng? Let me just double check. Feng Yun 1C deb. Let's have a look what that is. 1C deb. See what we're looking at here. It's thousands of pieces of space debris created when China intentionally destroyed its defunct Fengyun 1C weather satellite in 2007 in an anti-satellite missile test. It created one of the largest and most hazardous orbital debris clouds in history. And wow, we're here in 2026. This was 2027. And that Fengyun debris is still there. So what are we saying? 2007. So we're talking 19 years ago. Is that right? 19 years ago, and it's still there. Oh my word. So they blew it up and just left bits of it everywhere. I wonder if I can find any more Fengyun. Wow. Oh, China and USA in this. More Fengyun debris. Oh my word. What have we got here? Fengyun debris. Iridium 63. It's doing what's an Iridium 63. Okay. Iridium 63. What's an Iridium 63? Iridium 63. It's a chemical. Oh, no. 60 satellite, active commercial communications satellite, NORAD, belonging to the Iridium satellite constellation. You can track its location in real time. It doesn't say what it does, but it's a commercial, so like for satellite TV. So this one's for satellite TV. Let's go a bit further afield over here. Cosmos 1508. This is interesting. I feel like I'm in a bit of a spy. Cosmos, what was it called? 1508. 1508. Satellite. It is a Soviet, now Russian radar calibration satellite launched in 1983, built by the Yunoi Design Bureau. It belongs to the Typhoon constellation, is primarily used to calibrate ground-based missile guidance and tracking stations. So this was launched by the Russians in 1983, and there it is, above our Earth still now. Wow. That's insane. That's insane. It's quite fun, actually, finding out what the things are. I wonder if I'll move to a different part of the world and see if it's mirrored. Like, you know, if there's as many things. Let's go here. Let's go there's lots of Starlinks. Not Starlings, but Starlink. Well, we know what Starlink is, don't we? What about that one? Quinfan. Is that right? Qian. QAI. Fan. Satellite. 53. Chinese low Earth orbit communications satellite. 1,000 sales mega constellation, commercial rival to Starlink, built by Shanghai Spacecom to provide global broadband. So it's basically the competitor to Starlink. And let's see how close I can find a Starlink. No, there's one, literally one right there and there. So the direct competitors right next to each other, or very close anyway. Rocket body. Okay. Oh, interesting. SL14RB. SL14RB rocket body. RB will be the rocket body, I think. Is a spent upper stage rocket body originating from the former USSR, often tracked as space debris. It refers to various defunct pieces of space hardware from Cyclone rocket launches out of the Plesetsk Cosmodrome rather than a single operational satellite. It's a class of rocket body with dozens of different items. You typically need to look up the exact launch date to pinpoint which one you're tracking. Okay. So that'd be a NORAD ID. Let's find out when this was launched. So NORAD ID is 24731. 24731. 1997, that piece of the rocket was launched from the Plesetsk Missile and Space Complex, as we said before. 1997, 14th of February 1997. Let's have a look. A bit more info about this bit of the rocket. Commonwealth of Independent States, formerly USSR. It's a large piece of debris. It continues to be monitored by Space Command networks. Okay. Wow, it's amazing that we can, all of these are like classified and logged, but there's so many. Surely it's really difficult, to monitor every single thing. Wow. If we get rid of debris, then those are all the things that are just currently working on the Earth, like working satellites and things like that. So that's rid of the debris. Get rid of instruments. Okay. And we get rid of beams. Then all we've got now are currently working. These are everything that's currently working, like probably to do with satellites, to do with internet and things like that, monitoring, weapons. Those are all the current ones. As I disappear off, bye. Superman going for a sit on the moon or something to just kind of get my mind out of all of this terrible stuff that's going on. Can I have a look at ground view? Is that possible? No, it's disabled. Can't do that. Wow. Let's see. Just adding debris. That's debris. With debris. Sorry, without debris. With debris. That's insane. Instruments. What is this instrument? What is that? So, global star. Let's find out what this is first before we finish. Global star MO557. Global star MO57. It's an active communication satellite. It's the part of the first generation Global Star 1999, designed to provide global mobile voice data and emergency SOS services. It looks massive. Or maybe that's just the way it's covering the Earth. That's the area it's covering rather than how big it is. Like, so if you're in trouble SOS wise, that's kind of covering all that part of the Earth. And then there's a bit of the other side. There we go. Okay, so these are all like global star stuff. Oh, that says it's a Starlink. It looks huge. Or am I just clicking on things that are inside it? That's really interesting, though. Fascinating. Okay, let me just close that. So if you want to check out what's going on around the Earth, it's kind of interesting, depressing all at the same time. The link to the website is in the description. I'm trying to explore parts of the internet that are kind of fun, fascinating, not just social media, not just like normal stuff, kind of the golden days of internet where you'd find like, oh, this was an interesting, an interesting website where you can, spend half an hour on it or 20 minutes on it like we're doing here. So keep an eye out. I'll be dropping it like it's fucking scaldingly hot. I'll just be releasing videos related to fun bits of the internet. And yeah, I'm out of space now. I'm fine. I kissed Meg Ryan and I'm back. Yeah, that's a inner space joke. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I appreciate your time. As always, I hope all is well with you. Put in the comments if there's any websites you think I should check out that I haven't so far that I might not know about. I like the ones, boats and cars and rockets and all kinds of stuff like that. But yeah, I'll check out anything. Good to see you. Hope you're well. And I'll speak to you soon. Bye now.